This is KeNneth Bach, motivational speaker. I come to you today. It's the 30th, 2019, September, and it's a beautiful day. I'm in my van, my diesel running van. First diesel I've ever had, but I sold cars for 15 years. Managed a lot of things. Even owned a lot of them for a little while. Didn't like all that, but I do play with my vehicles, meaning I have 6 sleds, I call them. One's an old 67 Chevy. You know, you can look through my pictures. On a good day, you can hear it rusted. But right now, I have this van that I like. It's a high-top van. It's actually a used Federal Express van that I'm setting it up to go to my properties, okay? Because my future properties, I want to have just land in some cases where I go, and if you have like 800 acres, you just go in the middle of it and make your road there first, have you a 4-wheel drive. This might be a 4-wheel drive one day. I might convert my other van into a 4-wheel drive. I don't know, but a utility vehicle that can get you there, make the pathway into your 800 acres or whatever, and then set up a pad and everything and have like a helicopter pad or the new, I really want one with 12 propellers, I think it is, electric, but I want it solar powered to where, you know, right now it runs for so many hours. I want it solar powered to be able to run whenever, just it keeps running. Because, you know, and those, what I like about them, by the way, you don't need a pilot's license. The other cool thing is you can set it on automatic, you know, you got autopilot, but I still want to be able to fly it. I want to be able to, I want to be Mr. Jetson. How's that? You know, and you got you guys, the young guys, and then older guys got these Lear jets. I'm happy for you. See, I'm proud of everybody. I'm the type of guy that I'm happy for your success. So please be happy for my success, because I'm a high school dropout. My mom died when I was 11. I've told my story many times, and if I start talking about my mom, I'll start crying. But I got my sunglasses on because it's a beautiful day. It's the end of the month, and things are rolling along, meaning my convenience store is getting ready to come to a head. You know, I told you I'm the mortgage holder to that, and but it's been a good 15 years. That was cool. That was an income that gave me the ability to do the things I wanted to do. That's what I believe money's for, okay? So no matter what level you're at, and I see the bigger level, if you're any way connected to the people around you, I see the bigger and wealthier you get, you should share more. And I see it. And I'm associated with certain people that do that, and I see it, and I like it, okay? But I also believe you gotta earn it, okay? And I said something on Ty Lopez's thing today. Thanks for asking, by the way, Ty. And I thought about it for a while because I wanted to think about what was told to me, and what means a lot to me now is to earn my own way, okay? Now, I'm not saying you can't have a lot of affiliates around you helping you make you successful. No. I just mean don't give me anything. I want to earn it. And I said that in a statement. And then I thought later, and this is what brought me to this video, is I did a 2-minute video before this and I didn't like it. I probably won't put it out there. But this one I'm going to put out there because I believe, and like I said, this is a thought that came in to me. I'm not saying it wasn't said before 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. It just came to me, and it's what made me want to do this video. And this is for all the people that are watching this today, and then in the future, okay? Because I believe preparation meets opportunity. So I'm preparing to meet you down the road. You might watch this video 5 years from now and you say, geez, that's a cool guy, but I'm 61 today and still don't look it, hello. But yet, what I'm getting at, you might see this and I might be gone, but you'll still see the point I'm making. Here it is. I'm leading you up to it. And I want you to focus in on this because I'm talking to you, okay? And myself, okay? Here we go. The thought that came to my mind is I was thinking about the greatest people that ever lived in the world, you know? And then the thought came to me, the greatest have yet not been discovered yet. You understand? The greatest have yet not been discovered, if I can say that correctly. Meaning, you're out there, I'm out there. Let's get discovered in this world. Let's show the world our talents, our skills. I love watching Ty Lopez because, yeah, he's got a lot of money, but he shows you how he earned it. He showed you why you should use it as a secondary feature, meaning, you know, he reads a lot. I read a lot. That's why I like watching him, okay? I like watching people that help me and I help them, okay? And that's why I want to participate in all the things that he has on his platform and also sell them off my platform, Global Wholesale Daytona.profitplatform.com. Global Wholesale of Daytona.profitplatform.com is my platform. But I'm working off his platform also. I'm selling grass-fed beef and grass-fed chicken. On my sites, a lot of my sites out there, I can name a bunch of them off, but I want you to find them, see? I'm going to be advertising each different site that I've already developed. I've been giving away my talents since 2011. And a lot of people say, well, geez, you could have made a lot of money. Of course I could, okay? But I like to show to the young people that don't go after the money. Go after and focus on your talents, find your passion, find your purpose, and the money will flow. It'll flow. It's always come to me. See, I'm a high school dropout that never thought I was going to have anything. When my mom died when I was 11, it blew my world apart, okay? The last 3 kids, or 3 kids of 8, blew their worlds apart. And blew my dad's world apart. How's that? Because when you love somebody, and they just get checked out, it's a shame that you don't want it to happen again. So, like for instance, that's how I lost 45 pounds, is I figured out what's wrong with my body at a few years ago, and why, even though I was working out all the time, I just could not lose certain weight. Okay, because what happens is you get what happened to me, because both of my parents died from blood-related issues. My mom died of a stroke. My dad died of a heart attack. And what I mean is, you get that built up in your blood, the plaque and the metal. The metal can cause Alzheimer's. I learned that years ago from selling the waterless cookware. And ours was stainless steel, theirs was aluminum. A lot of things that are out there, and they're still out there. People are still cooking out of aluminum, and it's a shame because it causes Alzheimer's. And what I mean by that, folks, is when you're scraping it with your spoon, notice that the pan seems to be getting worn out. Well, it's because you're scraping it. You're supposed to be using wooden spoons and all that. Same with this Teflon stuff. And now they have it where it's really even stronger. And eventually, I might be selling some of this stuff that doesn't come off. But until then, I hope I pay attention enough, and I tell the people that are going to be bringing in different products, like, let's be careful what we're doing. Let's try to see. I always say, is it something that you would use? If you wouldn't use it, even if it might be a hot item, if you don't believe in it, like one of the things I'm selling on my sites is a rubber ducky. You might say, why rubber ducky? Well, that's a hot item, but that item is going to be for me to say, I'll sell all the way down to a 99-cent item, a rubber ducky, okay? And I hate to say means, because I've said that a few times. Try to think about what I say. But meaning, you can buy something from me, wholesale, global wholesale, but great value there. Or as a business standpoint, I can give you value to speak to your people, to speak to you. Let's create a mastermind, and let's exchange thoughts, and let's figure out what's wrong with the company or the people that are working for you. How's your attitude? I do it, what they call a checkup from the neck up, okay? And I read something yesterday on LinkedIn. I've been involved with LinkedIn for 8 years now. I got something from my company that was cool, because see, my company has been a free advertising since 2011, Global Wholesale. Before that, I was delivering to convenience stores, KeNneth Bach's Global Wholesale, and I kept that name going, Global Wholesale, because I like it, because I believed in it, because when I first got it, this is how I think. Just like when I first started buying properties, I went to buy notebooks, not yellow vanilla folders. Back then you put all your contracts in a vanilla folder or whatever, and then you file. Well, I looked at the vanilla folders, and there was 5 of them or 100. 5 or 100, 5 or 100. Well, I thought for sure I wanted to buy more than 5 properties, so I bought the 100, okay? Yeah, it's a better value, but I bought the 100 to think forward, to think ahead. You got to have a little foresight, or you'll never get anywhere. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to the guy that quit school yesterday. Look, life's not over. You're still a young man or young woman. Let's get focused and let's find something that interests you so you'll charge after it. See, I remember getting F's in school, okay, as a kid, because the teachers didn't stir interest in me, because they had not a lot of students, I wouldn't say, maybe, because there's certain teachers you gotta learn how to teach, because teaching is a number of things, and my daughter was a teacher. You know, you have to inspire these kids these days, and that's what I call myself, a motivational speaker. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a preacher, I'm a motivational speaker, but really I'm a combination of everything, because I don't want to preach to you, because it's all in how I present it to you, to say, look, you go find your facts. I'm just saying, for instance, I say, find your God, okay? I believe, find your God. I believe in God, and all the different religions that I've talked to, they believe our God is the same God, just different names. So there you go. So everybody believes there's a God out there. And then some people believe in the devil. Yeah, there's a devil out there too. There's a devil and there's a God. Well, if you're following the devil, just like if you're following the wrong things in life, the wrong people, the wrong connections, dude, they're going to take you down that road of prison time, okay? Don't go down that road. And if you've been in prison, I'm talking to the guys that I met when I was in there for one night last year. And those who know, I got arrested last year behind my convenience store. First time in my whole life I got arrested. It was a setup, and we're going to leave it at that. Going to let dogs lie. But here's what I'll say is, like, look, you got to stand up for yourself. You got to figure out yourself. And then if you have people around you, help them figure themselves out. Help them find themselves. Help them be the best they can be. I always ask, are you at the top of your game? Well, and I ask it, started with my granddaughter. This is how I ask it for years, but I got it restarted again recently, and I'm throwing it out there to you. Are you, no matter what age you're at, if you're watching this, if your parents let you watch it, I appreciate if you're 18 or more. If you're under 18, let your parents get involved so you can understand the things that I'm talking about here. And if you do understand it already, that's cool. But what I'm saying, a lot of things I'm talking about, they don't give you in school, okay? They don't offer it to you in school. They just want to present something, let you get your grade, and you move on to the next year. Well, when I quit school, hell, I could barely read, forgive me. But I started reading because I got hired from this one company, and I kept reading because, you know, you have to pronounce the words, you have to figure out, and then but the best way I found is start writing the word down. When you write the word down and pronounce it, boom, you got it, you know. And one of the coolest things I loved writing down was principles. You know, and I say it when I talk. I've been practicing my principles for 42 years, because I have, okay? And really longer than that, because it comes down to the basics of what I talk about. Okay, and I learned the basics from my mom and dad, okay? And some of them from my brothers and sisters, okay? But what I'm saying is the basics are sharing, okay? Connecting with other people, all right? Be sociable, all right? And don't cuss. Try not to cuss. Everybody knows those words. I can sit here and cuss all day, but then I cuss once during this time. It's now 13 minutes, and we're going to cut it off. But I want to say this. I'm inside my van, my high-top van, you can see. And this here's going to be covered with wallpaper, by the way, right here. But the rest of it is kind of cool. Let's see if... Oh, you can't see it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But let me put this back down. Let's finish this the right way, okay? Because I like to concentrate, stay focused on something, and finish it. And that's what I want to do on this. I want to finish this with some positive notes. It got started with just a few thoughts. One of the thoughts was the greatest are yet to come, are yet to be discovered. And I'm talking about you folks. You haven't been discovered. Come get connected with me and show me your talents. And if I happen to come across it on my site, boom, I'm going to put it across all my sites if I really like it. And if I see something great there. And then also, if you just meet me, I want to talk to you, because, you know, let's find out what your goals are. If you don't have any goals, let's figure out how to become a dreamer. See, because dreams are goals, but really they haven't got there yet, because dreams are just created here first, and you think about it and say, geez, I'd like to be this, or I'd like to be that. But then you got to do your homework and find out what it takes to be that. If you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to school to be that. But it doesn't mean you still can't study and listen. Let's say if you wanted to be a doctor first, or let's say you wanted to be an affiliate marketer. That's where it's at today. We know that. So those who are listening, I'm not leaving you out. I'm giving you options, because I believe that you can do all those things. For instance, if you do affiliate marketing and you make a lot of money, Why not go back to school and become a doctor? Be your own doctor. Why not go back to school and be your own lawyer? Why not? Why not? I'm just saying that's your options. But and the younger you are, the more options you have. The older you get, your options get narrowed down. It's kind of like when people get arrested. When they get arrested, if you get a felony, you can't be around money. So it limits your jobs, your opportunities, okay? Because all jobs are opportunities. Let's get that straight. Let's get that understood. Because when you're first starting out, if you went to, they need to start paying me, folks. McDonald's needs to start paying me for this advertising, but I'm still giving it out free. If you go to work for McDonald's, man, you could be an owner one day, and those guys are millionaires, okay? And own quite a few of them. So keep your dreams going, okay? And develop lots of talents, okay? And if you want to be like I love playing music, so I bought a bunch of different instruments, okay? And I sit on my own time when I want to do it, because some things, just like speaking, this is why I like to speak a lot, because it makes me concentrate. But some things, if you don't practice them, you go backwards on them. It's the same with speaking. If I was to get in front of a lot of people right now, I'm on, folks. I'm on. I can talk because I can get focused on that whole crowd. I don't care if it's 10,000. My goal is 1 million people in front of me. That'd be so cool when they came out to see me. Wouldn't that be cool? Forgive me. I'm not trying to be conceited, but I'm convinced I can help people one-on-one or tens of thousands. If you'll listen, if you'll focus in on the points that I make. We can discuss the points later, don't get me wrong. If you think the greatest have already been discovered about that point I was making earlier, like I said, the greatest are yet to come, because, see, the reason why I say that, of my analogy, of my thinking, okay, the reason why I say that, because we have more technology today to give more people the opportunity and see the opportunity than ever before. For instance, the internet. There you go. Like right now, you could be watching this over in Jordan. You could be watching this over in trying to think of people that I know that are connected to me in London, or in Italy. I just had somebody connect from Italy. Okay, so if you watch this, I mentioned you. I didn't mention your name. I just said where you're from. But the thing is I remember, now some of you won't because you're too young, but the older ones, think of this for a minute. You remember when there was ham radios? Well, I was a kid, and I went with my dad one time, and we went, it was almost like he was in his upstairs apartment hiding, but really it was upstairs so he could get a better connection, because off the top of the roof, he had like a 30-foot, or maybe it was 50, who knows, it might have been 100-foot, I don't know, I was a kid, I don't remember, but he had a huge antenna going up, and he was talking to people in Germany. He was talking, but he was on a ham radio, like the holding radio, so that was cool to me, all right, but I'm not saying I imagined it, but maybe it led to my imagination, because I remember years ago I told my brother, this is after I've been in sales for a while, I said one day I'm going to be selling things that I don't see or touch. That means exactly what's going on right now. My company just expanded, and we went from free advertising to now we're starting to charge for advertising for companies. The ball's rolling. I'm connecting with a lot of people that see this know that if you just join our teams, I say our because I never said leave your team. I said just like Warren Buffett has 92 streams, maybe it's 93 now, streams of income. What was it, 930? Excuse me, I don't know. Ty said this, so Ty, you straighten him out on that. Ty Lopez, I'm talking about you right now. But set him straight on that. Or Mr. Warren Buffett, please set him straight on how many incomes you got coming in. But what I am giving you credit for is you have different streams. That's what you don't have to count on one. And I had that going on a few years ago, which was cool. I had my wholesale business, global wholesale, where I was delivering to 150 convenience stores. Nothing heavy, but real medicine. I had my license. I sold Tylenol PM and stuff like that in the packages. You go to the convenience stores, you know what I'm talking about. And I sold condoms, all kind of things. And I went from 50 to 150 stores. And then it got old. I did it for 6.5 years. Okay, it got old. But what would have been cool is if, and I probably will, because I have all the numbers, and if they're still there, I actually am trying to connect to some of them and to say, look, I'm online now. I'm all over it, and I just turned on the faucet where I could still get them what they wanted there. Because I might have it now on now, because I'm slowly, my products are building up, the physical products, the technical products are coming through. But if you look at a lot of my old videos, I'm training you right there. I'm training you for free, see? And it's like, I like this about Ty Lopez, and I say this again to compliment him, is that he said a lot of people have been getting my knowledge for free for years ago. He said, I did too when I couldn't afford it. But when you can afford it, then get connected. Like I got connected. I didn't spend a lot of money because right now that's what I can spend, see? But I budget myself because I'm without a woman right now. Or without a friend, a business partner, whatever you want to call it. I run my businesses, okay? And I want to be a leader in my businesses. But I can be humble enough if I'm connected with your business that you can introduce me as the underdog. You follow me? But in my businesses, I am the top dog. Does that make sense? Forgive me. Don't get me wrong. My affiliates that come and work off my platform, you'll make just as much money as I will, okay, on your whatever you're selling that I get connected to, because we got high commissions, and those will always be looked at because I believe in the affiliate marketers, because affiliate marketers are really salespeople from years ago, and that's what I've been on sales all my life. I was a sales trainer. I'd get in front of 300-400 people for 8 hours, and we'd teach them how to sell cookware, door to door. Well, the thing is, it wasn't just selling cookware, folks. It was, if you're going to get in front of people for 8 hours, you better know what you're talking about. You better present yourself properly. You better have done your homework, because we say we would train these people to sorry, car pulled up. I'm going to see what's going on. Let you know I'm still outside my two-story. But look at the address. I don't see. Oh, you can see it. 420. 420 Martin Luther King. That's my going to be. I'm going to put a sign out here eventually. KeNneth Bach School of Motivation. It might happen this year, next year. I say might because I might just keep doing it offline, because that's what I'm doing online. Is I'm trying to help people be successful. But one of my missions is on Twitter. I'll go ahead and introduce that again. It's to get 1 million mentors to help these young kids. It started out helping the young black male, because it was the highest statistics in this country of dying because they're killing each other over $5 and $10. It's not just the police. It's not at all just the police. They're killing each other because they got these mentors that are taking them down, over money, okay? That's why I say I don't go after money. Of course, we know we need money, so I earn enough money to give me what I need. But now I'm expanding and I'm going globally, so I'm going to need a lot more money, folks, to generate the things that I've already dreamt about, the dreams that are in my mind, I'm trying to think of the right words. I know them, they're on the tip of my tongue. Foresight. The foresight. I have the foresight of this company. I've named this company years ago, okay, Global Wholesale Daytona. It was KeNneth Bach's Global Wholesale before that. But years ago, I've envisioned this. I've thought about it. I'm a visionary, okay, because I believe we can only be as big as we will let ourselves be. So don't put a lid on it. You hear what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a bottle. If you put a watermelon seed in a bottle, it grows to the size of the bottle, okay? If it's strong enough, it'll burst the bottle. But and if the bottle's weak enough. But the thing is, if you make the shell over you so strong by dumping in all this garbage day after day after day after day, you done created a garbage dump. It's going to take a lot to change that thinking, but it can be done. But you have to learn to sit and take the time to read, take the time to reprocess, take the time to refocus, take the time to speak, take the time to speak to other people, take the time to get to know the neighborhood, take the time to get to know your friends, take the time to get to know people out there, get connected. You have to do that, okay? You have to reach out. You might be an introvert, but you have to learn how to become an extrovert. I was an introvert, okay? By becoming an extrovert, your whole world opens up. It's like getting your license. I got my license, my permit when I was 15. The day I turned 15, I went and got it, okay? I think I drugged my dad down there or something. Because I think you might have had to have somebody, or whatever, right? Maybe I had to take a birth certificate. I don't remember. Then when I turned 16, same thing. That day I got it. And I did that for my daughters. because that's what I believe in, because your whole world opens up when you get your license. Well, now it's like, I want to get a pilot's license. I want to fly my own things, whatever I own. And I'm not limited, meaning I might have a Learjet. I was connected to somebody who had a Learjet. It was cool before. Charlie McAdam, he was one of the richest people I ever knew when I was coming through. And Rick Capadonna, when I started selling cookware, he was a millionaire back then. You can pull up some of the, I'm gonna have to look up some of those old newspaper clippings to brag about my friend Rick Capadonna. And Buddy Wilson, he was originally a baseball player, and he got connected to us, and I got to know him. It was just cool as hell. Today it's like knowing one of your favorite football stars and one of your favorite millionaires. That's what it's like now. Back then, today they're probably billionaires. Who knows? But Buddy's gone. I know Buddy Wilson passed away, and I don't know how Rick is. I have to check into him. Richard Capadonna was his name, and the company was Carico was the end, but before that it was called EHP, Exclusive Home Products. Never forget. See, because when you talk about something for so long, like now I'm talking about Ty Lopez, and I'm talking about my profit platform, Global Wholesale of Daytona, profitplatform.com. That's my program for the affiliate marketers. What I'm saying to you is, come be part of me, okay? Let me be part of you. But first, if I'm reaching out to you, you need to understand this, so you know this is for everybody from this point on and anybody in the past. If I reached out to you, I should have the right to show you my company first, right? Meaning I want to look at what you have, but I'm the one that's wanting my company. I spent the money to get connected to you in some way, okay? Or I pressed the button because I found you through the money that I spent and through the connections that I created, and then I'm bringing you in, okay? So, and don't get me wrong, people also ask me, okay? And I do. And I give them that courtesy. I try to, but I try to say, look, in order for me to look at what you have, you got to look at what I got. And if you don't get involved with what I have, I won't even look at what you have, okay? So, because I believe what I'm offering right now is the cheapest you can get in, because I'm building my company and I'm using it with affiliate marketers and my own advertising and my associations on other platforms. And I'm doing this not to be silly. I'm doing this to show you I'm working the field. I'm working the field. And as bigger the field gets, the bigger it gets, the bigger I work it, And then I get bigger and better equipment to work it, meaning in our cases we use computers, but if it's a farmland, they use computers and tractors. Then the tractors are computered, and maybe they're remote control. Today it's so cool to have a farm. And that's what I hope Ty Lopez will invite me to his farm one day, and of course I'll pay my own way. But what I'm saying is, let me earn some money from you and be respected by you before you invite me. Because don't invite me now, because I want you to discover me over what I'm doing out there now. It's turned on. I've got my faucet turned on, full. It's wide open. Meaning, last year I told you I got arrested. Things happened then. It took a year and a half to get past that. But as that was going on, I had a couple lawsuits going on, and I won them, okay? So what I'm saying is, I was fighting no matter what, fighting. Because, see, when things happened 9 years ago and a lot of people lost a lot of property, I gave back $650,000 worth of property, lost $150,000 of my own money, and then had 9 credit cards, $90,000 on that. A lot of problems, a lot of things happened. Boom, boom. And what happens is, when the banks turn off their faucet, and if you're connected to them highly, and then you got good people that are your tenants that go bad because they're connected to the banks, it's a whole cycle of things disrupting. And I had good people that used to pay me on time. I let them get up to like $3,000 or whatever, and I have $20,000 off the books, $20,000 on the books that I've lost during that time period. I was making, still making some money, but I'm talking about what I lost because good people went bad, and they ended up owing me $3,500 or $4,000 before I evicted them and spent another $440 to get them out. And even that, I still say hello to them on the street, because I don't disrespect people for the circumstance they had. Now, if they created it, if it was drug related, that's a different story. Meaning, you make your choices every day when you get up, folks. And since I was a kid, I was presented with right and wrong every day. You know, my brother did some things to me out of choices, okay? And so I tried to get him back. One time I took some firecrackers because he was picking on me that week or whatever. But I had some firecrackers. He was sleeping next to the doorway that goes outside. And when he goes around the side of the building, this is up in Pennsylvania, we had this big, looked like a silo. You could climb up. It had these rings around it, metal bands they call them. But they were round, and you could hang on to them and climb up, because where they put them together, they were right there, and it was just like a ladder going up, and you could climb up onto the roof. But here's what I did. I set the firecrackers off, and it was a good run. It was probably, say, 100-yard dash, you might say, from there to the side of the silo, because you had to run down the length of the building. So anyway, I set the firecrackers off, and as soon as I set them off, I took off running, and boom, he's come flying out the door already, just ready to kick some ass, you know. He's 5 years older than me, so whatever age I was, let's say I was maybe 8, so he was, 14 or something. Okay. But here's what happened. He comes running around that building. I'm already halfway up, and all of a sudden, he's behind me. Thank goodness he's behind me, because at that time he was still going to kick my ass. But at that time, I'm getting stung by hornets. Bam, 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 bam. 7 times I got stung. Well, I just let go, okay? And sometimes that's the way it is in life. You got to let go and move on, okay? I let go and was going to take the consequences, but thank goodness he was there. He broke my fall, okay? But still, I got stung 7 times by hornets, okay? So I know what that feels like. But and last year, I almost got the shit kicked out of me, or could have been worse. Could have left this world that day because what was going on. These people, friends of friends that didn't know me, okay, because people that know me in this neighborhood respect me because they know I'm trying to help their children and them to create value out of life, to go through this world on your journey and make it a good journey, because you get choices every day. I always try to help people, but sometimes those same people can burn you, okay? But you still can't judge all the people because of those few, okay? So that's what you got to do. You got to move on, and you say, look, I forgive you, but people tell me I have to stay away from you. I don't really want to stay away from you, because I want to say, look, I still am out here to help me, but find me in other ways, okay? So I can't be this close anymore. I can't let you in my space. It's just like people that give me a hard time on the internet and want to show me their stuff first and aren't even interested in finding my sites. And when I first broke into turning on the faucet, you can find all my other sites. I'm all over KeNneth Bach Motivational Speaking. I always say that because that's what I am. I hope I've earned the right with you so far to say, look, I got this crease in my neck to give you serious looks. I got this smile because I understand it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. So I'm always smiling. So, but this crease here is because I'm a thinker. See, I'm thinking. Think before you speak. Well, I must move on and go on my journey. But it's saying you get choices every day, okay? You can go left or you can go right. You can be positive, you can be negative. You have to make those decisions. And only you can make that transformation to each plateau of changing into what you want to be, okay? Meaning you could become a great criminal, but why take those same steps? And you can go this way and get a license and be legal, and they won't take it away from you or arrest you or kill you, see? Don't get me wrong, there's people that are haters out there that want to hurt you because of your success. And I always try to say, look, folks, I'm a high school dropout. Nobody gave me nothing. I earned everything. And I figured out, just like I figured out the internet. Meaning there's a lot of people out there that want to take your money and then forget about you, okay? And they don't want to help you anymore. Your process. And then you're lost again, see? There's a lot to learn on the internet. There's a lot to experience on the internet. And all I want to say is sometimes you, no matter where your environment, where you're at, you have to create your own positivity and let it come out of you and surround you. Like when I go in Walmart or Lowe's, If I go into ones I go in all the time, they know me. The stores, they know me, okay? Because I talk to them. I talk to their people. I always say to them, if I've been a little too long talking to one of their people, that I tell the people, if they come and ask you, say, look, he was just inspiring me about staying with this company. And I do. I talk to them. I say, look, are you signed up for everything? Meaning their retirement funds, everything. And then here's what I say to them. I say, look, are you active on the internet? Be careful on the internet because there's people that will hurt you, but get active on the internet while you're here. Start creating sites, websites, start working them, and don't get too many until you decide which direction you're going in, and then you can add a few more, and just constantly work them, and don't work them too much because people get sick of you, okay? So put enough out there to keep them coming, and put enough out there where they can find you in different areas and different avenues and different thoughts. And what does Google say? The words, put in 3 different words of how they can find you. Like in me, if you look up motivation, you'll find KeNneth Bach Motivational Speaker. If you look up advertising, my company should come up, I hope. I'm trying to get it out there. I don't want to say hope because I trust that it's out there. You look for something. I call myself the average man, letter A. Hello. And if you just put in something related, I might come up. I want to accidentally come up on your site, and I want you to accidentally come across me, but I also want you to find me, because once you found me, I hope you'll come back, because I give you good I offer you good words, thoughts. I will be charging, and I am charging large sums of money for big companies if they were to bring me in to talk to a crowd. But when it breaks down per person, if they were to make you pay for it, especially if they made you pay for it, a company, I would be very minimal. But I have to make it worth your while to say, look, if I'm going to spend $100 for this guy to see him, he's going to give me 5 hours of his time, okay? Or if I'm going to spend $500, he's going to give me 5 hours of his time, and it's going to be worthwhile to me as a company. Or if he pays me $100,000 for 5 hours, he's giving me knowledge to help me help our company succeed, okay? Or he's connecting me to people that'll help my company succeed and move forward. Because if a company, we all understand something, and we'll put it right on the line. If you're not above the line, if you're not in the black, if you're in the red, if you ain't got enough, you're on your way out. You're on your way down, because big companies can fall. My dad had a huge company when I was born. I should have been wealthy then, but he was going through a stage of loss, okay? And everybody that was invested in it was backing out when it was good, they were all bragging it was their business, okay? It was called Bach's Tasty Foods, and it was out of Pennsylvania. It started in Erie, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born at. He started out of a garage, kind of like we start our businesses today. But he had a vision, see? And him and my mom, they were high school dropouts, but yet they accomplished something to where they delivered wholesale to 3 states. Back then, I'm still doing research on it, but you're going to find more and more information on it. They did do advertising back then, so my sister found some ads. And what I'm saying is, I went off on a few different things, but it really comes down to you. This is about you, for you. I went down some avenues to say, look, you got choices. I never rambled on. I hope everything, if you go back on